Welcome back, and this is Irfana Tasneem with another video. In this video, we're going to see how to become a professor in India. Becoming a professor in India is a very long and tiring process, let me tell you. So firstly, the basic requirement to teach at any college or university is you must be completing 10th standard, 12th standard, your UG degree and PG degree in any subject of your choice. Right after your PG degree, if you are trying to get into a teaching job at a college, you can get into a private college as a teaching assistant. The post there will be called as a teaching assistant. It is nowhere close to professor. So after your post-graduation, you can become a teaching assistant in a private college. In case of government colleges or universities, you can get into teaching profession as a guest lecturer, but the lowest level of teaching profession at a college or university is the assistant professor. So to become an assistant professor, you must be completing your post graduation, and then you have to either clear a set exam, state eligibility test or national eligibility test, net exam, or you must be completing your PhD. You must be either set qualified, net qualified, or you must be a doctorate. You must be completing a PhD in order to become an assistant professor at a college or university. So that is the entry level. So set exam is the eligibility for teaching at any government colleges in your state, whereas if you are net qualified, you can teach at any government college or university all over India. If you are set or net qualified, you can directly become an assistant professor. You need not have a PhD degree. So if you are not set, or if you don't have net or set qualification, you must have a PhD degree. So either net, set or PhD, any one of the qualification is mandatory to become an assistant professor at colleges or universities. So after becoming an assistant professor, the next level is you have to become an associate professor. So to become an associate professor, you must have a minimum of 8 years of teaching experience as an assistant professor. After becoming an assistant professor, you must have 8 years of teaching experience at a college or university. And also, now to become an associate professor, PhD is compulsory. Even if you are net qualified or set qualified, you must complete your PhD degree either full-time or part-time. You can either opt for a full-time PhD or a part-time PhD. So in part-time PhD, you'll be having to study one extra year. In my subject, I actually took commerce stream in my 11th and 12th standard. After that, I did BCom and then MCom in finance. So after doing MCom in finance, I got into a private college as a teaching assistant, and within few months I cleared UGC NET and then became an assistant professor. So now I am an assistant professor. Now I will need 8 years of teaching experience. I must also complete my PhD in order to become an associate professor. Now PhD, you can do it you have two ways of doing it. One is you can do a full-time PhD. So in my subject, specialization is finance, so I can do a PhD in commerce with specialization in finance for 3 years in regular mode. So it will take from 3 years to 3.5 years if I am going to a college and doing it as a regular student. So if I am doing PhD in regular mode, then it will take me 8 years of experience and this 3.5 year of PhD, and only after that I can become an associate professor. Whereas if I'm doing it in part-time, during my 8 years of experience itself, simultaneously I can do my PhD in part-time. Only thing is that I'll have to study for 1 more year. So full-time it will be for 3 years, and in part-time PhD in commerce is for 4 years. So it will take me 4 to 4.5 years minimum to complete my PhD. But that I can do it simultaneously with my full-time job as an assistant professor. So within these 8 years itself, I can complete my PhD also. A PhD degree, a doctorate, and 8 years of experience as an assistant professor is necessary to become an associate professor. So after becoming an associate professor, now your qualification is done. You'll be completing your PhD, you have all these years of experience also, and you have become an associate professor. So after becoming an associate professor, again you need at least a minimum of 5 years of teaching experience as an associate professor to become a professor. So becoming a professor in India is such a long process. Sorry, that's a plane. So that's why I said becoming a professor in India is so tiring, but it is worth it. It is an amazing job, and also you get paid well for it in India. I am already halfway through it, and I hope I will become one too. So that's all about becoming a professor. So this is my part 2 video of teaching as a career series, and in the upcoming videos we'll be talking about pros and cons of becoming a teacher, teaching jobs abroad, in Gulf countries especially, because I am here in Qatar and so I know enough. I'm in Qatar now and I have enough knowledge of the teaching opportunities here, and also about teaching online, the platforms of teaching online. So we'll be seeing one by one in our upcoming videos, and please subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I upload another video.